I'm John Polino. I'm a student in ILS 501 at Southern Connecticut State University. And my objective today, I'm here with Jessica, you'll meet her in a minute. We are going to explain to you, the class, how to use Imovie, which is a movie making application program made by Macintosh. It's a very simple program, and now we'll hear from Jessica.
Hi, Jess Bransford. I'm also a grad student in ILS 501, and our objective was to kind of explain software and software use to the class, and we thought using iMovie would be a great way to get people to use a simple and enjoyable program on their computer.
Now I want to show you the screen. This is my computer, my actual computer. As you can see, this is the interface, and it's a fancy looking interface with a lot of different categories. Now don't get scared. So if you see, there's a big picture, and then there's a lot of little pictures. Basically, the big picture shows the clip that's highlighted. Okay, up there it says clip 02, which obviously is the second clip that I have in the machine. And then it says the time. This clip is 1 minute and 19 seconds. So what's good about it is that it tells you the order of the clips and the length of the clips. And later on, when Jessica shows you the timeline, which, by the way, this is the timeline, everybody. This is where you will be editing on a timeline. It's really cool. So I'm going to pass it over to Jessica, that is, and she will show you how to bring clips to the timeline, and she'll explain to you some other cool things.
Now, we're going to give you an example of ways that you can move your clips down onto the timeline of your movie. You have your clips here up on the side, and you might not want to keep them in the order that they're in as they are. Easy as this. You click the clip that you want, and you drag it right down onto the timeline. You have your first clip. Say you don't want the clip that's numbered clip 15 to go next to clip 14. You don't have to have it that way. You can take clip 01 and put it right next to it. Once you have both clips there and you think, oh, I really wanted clip 17 in between 14 and 01, not a problem. You can still go back, take the clip, and squeeze it in between. The nice thing about iMovie is that it's really accessible for you to change your mind, to go back, to edit. It's really a working timeline, and that's what makes it so great.
Now what I would like to show you guys is how to cut things out of a clip. Because you see, when you take footage, it's called raw footage, and a good cinematographer or videographer will take more than enough. That's actually the rule of thumb. You should take more than enough. But when you get to the editing process, which is what we're doing now, it's very important to take the scissors or the editing tool and cut out that stuff that you don't need. So my objective right now is to show you how to cut off or how to trim the clip. So let's look at the clip right now. This is called clip 2. And you can see I have a little jog wheel here, this little jog wheel. And this is a wedding, okay? And you can see all these heads. You don't need these. It doesn't look right. Aesthetically, it doesn't look right. So here's my jog wheel. And I'm going to cut out all the heads. I'm going to start with the men marching, the ushers, as we see them. So you go to edit, okay? It says edit, and you split video clip at playhead. Okay, and notice down in my wheel, on my timeline, you have 2 clips. And you're saying, whoa, that's confusing. Not really. This is the stuff I cut out. You can either put it in the trash, or you could put it back in your bank. You can use it later. And if you look, my brand new clip, I'll run it for a few seconds. And there's some music. We'll talk about audio later. The clip is smoother and better because we cut out the beginning with the heads. Okay? And we'll be, Jessica will explain to you how to do transitions, and I'll be back with audio.
Okay, I'm back, and I have something pretty exciting to share with you. We are going to next talk about transitions, which are so exciting because they can take your seemingly cut and pasted clips and make them smooth and flow into each other. The best part about transitions in a program like this is they give you a lot of options. and they give you an option to see what it looks like before you put it in. Before we start with our transitions, I'm going to add one more clip down there for a very good reason. Down. And I'm going to go down here to the spot that says trans with the box, and that's what stands for transition. You should get a panel like this, and on that panel are your options. Things like billow, circle closing, disintegrate, fade in, fade out, things like that. If you're not sure what they might look like, but you have an idea and you want to check them, you can choose one. And up in the corner, they're going to give you an example. There's a spot that says preview. You can always click preview to see it again on the big screen.
Nice.
Now, when you do a transition, you have to remember that the transition getting implemented into your timeline is going to take up a couple of seconds on the clip that you're putting it on. If you're putting it in between these two clips, it's going to steal a tiny bit of time from the end of the first clip and the beginning of the second clip. So let's see if we can put one in. In between these two clips, I'm going to choose disintegrate. And this is just an example. The best part is kind of playing around with it to see what you like the best. We saw a preview in the corner, and I'm going to click disintegrate, and I'm going to drag it down in between my two clips. Now you'll see a little icon in between, and that shows you that you have a transition there, and that shows you the spot where you're going to change it if you want to do something different.
What happens is you're just showing that one clip.
So I want to show the transition.
Yeah. Yep. And then, yep. Just play it.
Play it? All right. So instead of choosing either of the clips, which we don't want to watch the whole clip for this purpose, I chose just the transition box in the middle, and now I'm going to press play. Yep, and it's pretty quick, but you get to see a nice glimpse of what it looks like in your movie.
You want to show them again?
Sure.
For those people that were blinking in class.
Here we go. Keep your eyes peeled. And one little tip that I've learned while I've done things like this is there's a lot of different options, and you're going to want to try all of them. But I think it's more pleasing to the viewer if you kind of stick with one theme, maybe a couple, or a pattern, rather than using a different one every single time.